This is the Poco X3 from Xiaomi, and this is by far the best bang for your buck smartphone in the world right now, right? And there are many reviewers out there already. They are mentioning all the specs and stuff, but they don't really show you the overall experience with this phone, right? The real world experience with this phone. And I just wanted to know, after watching all those reviews, is this phone actually any good? What's happening, guys? Gary Yaman here, back at it again with a new video. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're safe and healthy. Let's begin right away with reviewing this phone. And as I mentioned, this is not a technical, in-depth kind of review. This is more as a sharing my experience with this phone, right? So as a photographer, I just wanted to know if this was capable of doing some nice photography, but also like, is this able to do some content creation, right? So things for YouTube such as vlogs, and just this talking head kind of stuff. Is this capable of doing that? So here are the results. The first thing that I'm going to show you is some photos. And as you see, the photos itself, we got this wide angle lens, but also a ultra wide angle lens. And then we got this little macro lens. And in general, with good lighting, with the nice composition and the way that you take photos, it actually looks pretty good. It doesn't look like a real, like mirrorless camera or a DSLR, but still, from a smartphone perspective, it looks really good. This phone also has a nice selfie camera, and it also works pretty fine. It looks nice enough for my experience, but I wouldn't use this a lot for if you want to do like high quality content creation and stuff like that. But just for sharing with your family and friends, this will do perfectly fine. So what about night photography? Can it do some nice shots in the dark? And the answer is simply no, it cannot. The images that I took in the night are just really mushy, like really soft and blurry. I don't really like how it looks. There are some nice features such as the one that I have right here. This is a clone feature so that you can have multiple exposures in one photo, as you see right here. Maybe not the best example, but you know what I mean, and that's actually a nice feature to have and play around with it. Let's talk about video. It can do 4K video up to 30 frames per second, and I was just wondering, is it capable of doing some nice content creation such as vlogs, or maybe even talking head stuff like this? So here's a little vlog example. We are sliding into the weekend. And here is a little talking head example. So how does it look? I think the only thing is that the audio is not working properly, but it can be helped by using a USB microphone. And also a nice feature is that dual cam. So it might be really nice for Instagram, you know, for doing those stories that you can just look at something and see your reaction at the same time. So the cameras at the back work simultaneously with the camera at the front, right? So you see right here is also an example. So it looks pretty good. I think for social media and for sharing with your family and friends, it works perfectly fine. If you want to begin with this kind of content creation, it's really possible doing so. So image quality coming out of the camera, it is nice, but don't expect like really high image quality such as from a mirrorless camera or from a DSLR. Stabilization 4K 30 frames per second. Does it look stabilized? Not at all. So that's about the cameras. What about the user experience with opening apps and just scrolling down the menus and stuff like that, right? So let's open up some apps, and as you see, things are looking perfectly fine and I don't have real issues with it. Sometimes some apps do like freeze and lag or sometimes, but I think that's overall, that can happen still, even with your PC or with your computer, right? things might freeze from time to time, just a little bit, but not all the time. So you have to keep in mind that it's not flawlessly, it's not like perfectly that it will never freeze or anything. It will freeze sometimes, but then you just have to clear some stuff up, such as the cache and stuff like that, right? But overall, the experience, it does have a 120 hertz option, and to be honest with you guys, I don't see any real difference between 60 hertz and 120 hertz. To be real honest with you guys, I do see a difference when things were different before, like 30 frames, 30 hertz to 60 hertz, for instance. Then you will see a huge difference. But from 60 to 120 hertz, I don't see anything real huge at all. Also, what I actually really like is the screen itself. It is a nice full HD screen, and it can do up to 1080p, so no 4K or HDR and stuff like that. But still, for its price, right? This price point of this phone, I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the beginning. It is only 199 US dollars or 199 euros, and I think right now, I think when I'm posting this video, the new Xiaomi Mi 11 has come out, has been released, I think, and this phone will become even much cheaper. So expect prices from around 180 euros. So really worth buying this if you're into that budget smartphone stuff. The other thing that I really like about this phone is the battery life, so you can charge it in the morning and it will charge really fast. Just in 1 hour, the phone is at 100%, and it will take one full day to have it all drained. And you have to be like constantly online with this phone if you want to drain the battery in 5 hours or so, right? So you have to play games all the time, watch a lot of content online and all that stuff, and then you will see that it will take about 6 or 7 hours before the phone starts to die, right? So battery life is excellent. And and overall the experience is actually really nice. I really like the MIUI in this phone. It is almost like a stock Android phone, right? Like a Google phone or a Motorola phone. It doesn't have a lot of stuff in it, and you can also easily delete those stuff if you want to. And there are people mentioning about the advertisement in the phone itself, but you can easily disable that as well. So no real issues with that. Other than that, man, I have to say, for below the 200 euros, $200, this is a really nice phone. The only thing that you have to consider is that this phone is actually quite big. Even though it fits in your pocket, as you see here, it really fits in your pocket, but still, it is quite a big phone. Especially if you have purses, you have to keep in mind that you might need to buy a bigger purse for it, right? Or for people wearing skinny jeans, you cannot put this in your pocket, right? Other than that, it's a really nice phone. It can do pretty much anything. You can play games on it. and I've used it for the last couple of 40 days or something like that as my daily driver, and it works perfectly fine. I really like it, and you know, for its price point, there's nothing wrong with it, and I think that's why this phone is one of the best bang for your buck phones right now in 2021. So that's all, guys. This is my little sharing my experience with this phone. I hope you like it. If you do, just smash the like button and comment down below what you think about the Xiaomi Poco X3. Do you have it? Do you own it? Let me know. Do you want it? Do you have any questions? Let me know as well in the comment section down below. All right. That's all, guys. Thank you again. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.